We're grateful that you joined us for the Channel One Newsroom on Channel One Television. My name is Umaru Sanda Amadu, coming to you from our studios at number 5, Ola Hansen Lena Tesano in Accra. We settle for details of our stories. And another blasting activity by NAG Fairmount Constructions Limited, the company responsible for the Kasua-Winneba Road expansion project, has caused significant damage at Dabenyi in the Gomwa East district of the Central Region. Several residential buildings have been affected by the incident. Central Regional correspondent Calvis Tete has more.
Rock fragments of various sizes were propelled from the blasting site, landing on nearby buildings and causing extensive damage. The affected structures include a fully completed 16-bedroom apartment and a 2-bedroom apartment still under construction. Unlike the Budumburam incident, which tragically claimed lives, Monday's blasting did not result in any casualties. However, property owners are voicing concerns over what they perceive as a lack of adequate response from authorities. Although some have undertaken repairs on their damaged buildings, they are calling for the construction company to take full responsibility.
Dan basis and essentially you come nina mun and chance na bona tuetue and chance am abuo bi firi so abewura skidi nim and dan so a was ro has base 5 and no so ebi so no money ade say dey aye no utimi hu say asɛ chance no and omo yes say nsuo kura mpotwa na adwo we yi a wan hwe yi a beburu nipa na omo da dan no enti omo kɔ anopotutu omo beba enti mitua na ma kɔ dom na se police station call lodge complain ebeduru ha omba behwe no omo say asɛm no say de me ba ya me kan etie no ɛso kyɛn de omo yes omba behwe enti the main problem say the nadmo for asote na me say nadmo for me friend say me kɔ hɔ no ka kyerɛ me say oba ha enti me ba hɔ kura je so san na me ba enti me twɛn no ofi ma betena fi atwɛn no a be 11:30 about 12:30 me friend ɔso oba me tena asa wa ma omo fa obi mra man me hwɛ no me tu nkyɛnse ni nyina firi so no omo so foforo mam na me nyama so dwe no omo so nyama so dwe
nsu no tɛ no ma adekyɛ no omo di pressure gu me so na sɛ busie bia me kɔ hwɛ na me de yɛ sana ba ya me ankasa no wan help me ba omo aba bɔhwɛ ma kama me sɛ nkyɛnse a wa sɛ no be 6 mo akyerɛ wo so kɔ aba me nte hwɛ yɛ bebuya sisi abibia na onwunu kwa no nsu tɛ no wotimi sɛ ɔsosɔ wɔ hɔ
5:30 to ecosystem na on blasted born enti ya ba fie ba mi de menhu ti mi yire hu na na bo we de finifa am say de bo we de am say e ya bonti de ni bi no enti aye na ya hwɛ siri na aye no TNG no awai ahani hu say sem say bo no on pae no saa no na bia de e be bo chance dance e wura siri na e be to empa no so.
The Gomwa East Directorate of the National Disaster Management Organization has completed its assessment of the incident. In an off-the-camera interview with Channel One News, NADMO Director Robert Nanahakman revealed that compensation plans for the affected property owners are being finalized. He also noted that the medical bills for the victims of the Budumburam blast on October 14 have fully been covered. However, compensations for the destruction of the properties in that incident has yet to be paid.
This very rock, from what we understand, went through the roof and landed in this very room as the contractor embarked on routine blast whilst constructing the Kasua-Winneba stretch. Fortunately, there were no persons in this room and no one got hurt, but the roof through which the rock went through has been destroyed. Several other residents within this area have had their roofs destroyed by the contractor. But for residents, they want the contractor to do the needful by fixing their roof. Calvis Tete, Channel One News, Gomwa Dominance.
What is Channel One Newsroom? Let's focus attention on some election-related stories now. Now, the Ghana Police Service in the Ashanti region has granted bail to Ohiniba Nana Asiedu, a Kumasi-based radio and television presenter. He has been charged with publishing false news, a violation of Section 208 of the Criminal Offences Act 1960, Act 29. The Wontumi FM presenter was detained by the Ashanti Regional Police Commander, on November 23, after he was invited for questioning. The arrest stems from allegations that he encouraged voters to cast their ballots for presidential candidates on different days during the upcoming December general elections. Now, clearly, this is an issue of fake news, according to multiple officials who monitor the election space. The National Commission for Civic Education, the institution charged with educating the citizenry on elections, has been commenting on this particular matter. The commission issued a statement not long ago condemning the actions of this particular journalist. Let me go on the phone lines and speak to Victor Brobe. He's a deputy chairperson of the commission, as the National Commission for Civic Education. He's joined us online. Sir, you're welcome to Eyewitness News. Before we even speak specifically about this issue relating to Ohiniba, how widespread is the issue of false and fake news in this electioneering period, and how is that affecting your campaign to educate the citizenry on proper voting processes?
Good evening, Umaru. It's a good interview. It's a pleasure to be here. It is somewhat widespread. I would not describe it as being a very general problem, but we have had multiple reports of situations not unlike this. Situations where false claims, statements that are false or misleading are being, in some places, employed for political advantage. So this is definitely a concern going into the upcoming election. But to be honest, we anticipated this somewhat. These kinds of acts have become a feature of politics worldwide. So whether you're talking about the U.S. election, whether you're talking about the Brexit campaign, you will see individuals trying to make use of how widespread and how democratized the media has become to try to gain some unfair or some irresponsible political advantage. And it's something that us at the NCCE, given our role in ensuring that the public are well informed, is aware of and takes a strong stand against.
Now, this specific issue of Ohiniba is clearly an information intended to mislead voters. As the NCCE, what do you say about that specific issue, and what's your reaction to the arrest by the police and his commentary prior to that?
Well, we are very pleased by the arrest, very pleased by how quickly the police has responded to his actions. The kinds of things that he was doing are directly contrary to what the Constitution has set us up to do. We have been tasked, we have as our mandate, given citizens civic education and information about about our democracy and our democratic process. And then this individual, for entirely parochial purposes, is doing precisely the opposite. Fortunately, he did it in a way that potentially allows for some criminal actions to be taken against him. And I'm hoping that this serves as a deterrent for others who have been or are thinking about taking undertakings of similar kinds of election-related disinformation activities.
Now, he works with a media house which is owned by the Ashanti Regional Chairman of the NPP. Clearly, there's politics at play here. How is politics, if it is at all, affecting your education to the citizens ahead of this election? Do you find yourselves having to undo, or having politicians undo everything you're doing? Is that what is happening, or this is a single different case altogether?
Well, generally, the messaging from politicians is quite responsible. This is something of an outlier. And the challenge, not just with politicians, the challenge also sort of derives from the way in which media house ownership is in Ghana at the moment, where we have some increasingly media houses that are more and more partisan. So it's really a challenge on two fronts in terms of what political actors say and shouldn't say, and in terms of just the landscape of our media. But to respond to your specific question, yes, we do have instances where politicians say things that are not only just irresponsible, but are contrary to the general democratic methods and spirits of a constitutional democracy. Things, messaging that is focused not on ideas, on issues, but on ethnicity and religion, etc. We decry that, and we try to counter that by giving citizens they need to make objective choices during the electoral process.
Very well. Thank you so much for speaking to us, sir.
You're very welcome.
That's Victor Brobe. He's a deputy chairperson of the National Commission for Civic Education, NCCE, speaking to us here on Channel One Newsroom on Channel One Television. This is Channel One Newsroom. Let's move on to some other stories still in the political and election space. And the New Patriotic Party's flag bearer, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, has urged Ghanaians to secure a resounding victory in the upcoming December elections for the NPP. Speaking to supporters of the party in the Saboba constituency of the Northern Region on Saturday, he stressed the need for a decisive win to showcase the party's strength and the people's overwhelming support.
Make no mistake about it. By the grace of God, inshallah, we are winning this election. We are winning this election. Make no mistake about it. The only issue for me today, if we vote today, we win. The only issue is the gap. How big a gap we are going to give our opponents. I want a big gap. I want a big gap. I want all of you to come out. I want a big gap. We want to beat them well. In this election, there are two of us, isn't it? Myself and the former president. During his term, all the money, hundreds of millions that were given to him to develop the North, he said he was rearing guinea fowls. Guinea fowls under SADA. We have not seen one SADA project in the 5 northern regions. Is there a SADA project in Saboba? Have you seen one SADA project in Saboba? One SADA project? No. And today, he says he wants to come back. Do you want him to come back? Do you want him to come back?
Now, the National Democratic Congress NDC presidential candidate John Dramani Mahama has asserted that he has become a major source of concern for the New Patriotic Party NPP. He attributed this to the party's repeated verbal slips during campaign events. His comments follow a viral video in which the NPP's running mate Dr. Matthew Opoku-Prempeh mistakenly mentioned Mahama's name instead of the NPP's candidate Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia while addressing a rally. Speaking during a community engagement in Somanya in the Eastern Region as part of his campaign tour, Mahama stated that the NPP's unease highlights the impact of his anti-corruption agenda.
You know, when the leaders of NPP sleep, the person they dream about is John Mahama. Any night they sleep, it is John Mahama they are dreaming about. And that is why Nana Akufo-Addo says Akufo-Addo Mahama administration. It came out of his mouth because every day he's dreaming about Mahama. The Ashanti regional chairman, he said, so when you go and vote for John Dramani Mahama. They say, hey. And just when I was coming here to Odumase, I saw another video. Their running mate, Napo, he was saying who they should vote for. So he said, vote for John Mahama. Then they whispered to him. He didn't hear. He said, so when you vote, vote for Mahama. Then they said, no, Baumia, Baumia, Baumia.
You're watching Channel One Newsroom on Channel One Television. We take a break now and when we come back. Road infrastructure and unmet promises, key issues for voters in the Afram Plains North constituency of the Eastern region. More on that when we come back. Please stay with us.
This election season, Channel One TV is bringing you closer to every vote, every constituency, and every result. Our team will provide in-depth, data-driven analysis to show you what each vote means for our nation.
From the campaign trail to voting day and the final declaration of results, Channel One Television is covering it all. We'll be on the ground in all 276 constituencies, so every voice is heard and every community represented.
Our comprehensive election coverage brings you every key moment and every voice.
With updates from all stakeholders nationwide. This is election news you can trust, powered by the latest data and expert analysis.
Join us on Channel One TV for election coverage that keeps you informed and engaged.
We're here for every step of the journey. Channel One TV, your election bureau.
I am a Christian and I belong to the Assemblies of God Church. Ordinarily, building a house of God is something that we all do. I contributed monies in my local Assemblies of God branch to build our church, and it's created an environment for us to praise and worship our God. But I don't condone stealing in the name of God, and that is what has happened in the case of this National Cathedral. And we are sure that public funds were not going to be used for the National Cathedral. Unfortunately, we hear that 300 and something million has gone into it. Where did those payments go? Were they justified? Who did they go to? These are all things that we have to unravel. And I think that that is the first thing we do before we even decide what to do with that huge pit. And if people have, illegally and unlawfully taking the monies of the people of Ghana, they must be made to refund those monies.
Vote John Dramani Mahama for president. Trustworthy, honest, and reliable. Vote for change. Choose the umbrella. Vote John Dramani Mahama and the NDC.
Get ready.
Every objection against you is hereby dismissed.
For Impact 2024 with the Archbishop Nicholas Duncan Williams, Reverend Dr. Eastwood Anaba, Apostle Joshua Selman, Apostle Isi Igeneba, Bishop Dr. Bernard Ojiri Asari, and Reverend Dr. David Entry, November 24th to December 1st, 9 a.m. and 5 p.m. daily at Action Chapel International, Prayer Cathedral, Dominion Arena. For inquiries or pass information, call 059-230-0069.
Introducing Rexona Non-Stop Protection 72-hour anti-perspirant with breakthrough microtechnology that forms a stronger sweat barrier. Tested to the limit, even during the most intense workout.
Still clean, dry, and fresh for longer.
Try the new Rexona 72-hour non-stop protection for clean, dry, and fresh underarms every day.
Life is a celebration of moments. Big and small.
The sun is scorching, I'm feeling the heat.
With Piva Drink, every moment becomes a refreshing celebration. From the beach to your home, in every corner of your world. Piva drink at a burst of refreshment.
Orange. Give me Piva pop too. And tangerine.
Celebrate every moment with Piva drink. Refreshment for every occasion. Piva drink, a taste you will love.
Piva.
This advert is FDA approved.
Now, since 2017, the MPP has invested heavily in healthcare infrastructure. I don't even want to talk about zipline drones that have today saved over 1.2 million lives. We've completed 6 out of the 9 stalled and abandoned Eurojet health sector projects that we inherited since 2017. And we've started and completed new 47 non-Agenda 111 hospitals, clinics, and healthcare projects, including 21 clinics through IPEP. We've also started 17 non-Agenda 111 hospitals, clinics, and healthcare projects currently at various stages of completion, including 5 clinics through IPEP. And we started 21 new treatment and holding centers, 13 of which have been completed. Also, Agenda 111. That's a different debate. So if you're looking for the party or the candidate who represents the most investment in healthcare infrastructure, not just one hospital in a particular place, but spread in many parts of the country, that party, that candidate is Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia.
Kanama, ihiasu idie, ekabomo, abatu afimu, isisi asumbie, ekabo, asumbie, isibomo kayo, kanama, munkano manentie, saya asumbie ye jebibia, ewo yemeyimo, isi antemje nafua, washaba tuoso. Amagana Ompeba salsa Rana beya efimia Andewa Abato mrenye Gana first Yempe tu trasamo Asunjen kwa Yempe basa Yisese asunjen kwa Yeah asumudye Ekabo mo Abato mremo na yisese asumbye Kambo Asumbie Isi bomo kayo Kanama Isi owe Oni to me say Oti abakurupo Eka obidie Ifri say Oni awanyo fono Nedi jume dienwa Ifra shasie Gana niba mapa Ama obi suma Seko fa ballot box Eye musu Cover ballot box Eye musu Wasem no ni pay Any party mommy come here Obi kuni mede And I said maybe I will paint it Obi a photo If I got to yaba Isisi asumbie mwa Ihe asumbie Ekaba mwa Abatu afimu, isisi asumbie, enkambo asumbie, isibomo kayo, kanama.
Now, road infrastructure and lack of developmental projects are likely to be key factors in determining voter directions and decisions in the Afram Plains North constituency of the Eastern region during this year's elections. Residents say years of neglect by successive governments have made life difficult. First-time voters, however, hope to avoid disappointment from unfulfilled promises by political parties and their flag bearers. Channel One News' Neoni Amate Kanako reports from the constituency where there are growing indications of potential skirt and blouse voting this year.
Reaching Donko Krom,
The district capital of Afram Plains is a challenge. Travelers must endure hours of driving on pothole-ridden, dusty roads after crossing the Volta Lake from Adoso to Eche Amanfrom. Despite being a major food production area, farmers and traders face significant difficulties in transporting affordable produce to market centers across the country. This often results in tripling food prices. Drivers in the constituency express frustrations over the poor road conditions. The National Democratic Congress (NDC) has historically dominated Afram Plains, making it one of their safest seats in the eastern region. In the 2016 presidential election, Nana Akufo-Addo of the New Patriotic Party (NPP) secured 18.8% of the vote, while John Mahama of the NDC garnered 79.2%. By 2020, Nana Akufo-Addo improved slightly, obtaining 5,166 votes, representing 18.85%. But John Mahama maintained dominance with 21,793,000 votes, representing 79.50%. For parliamentary elections in 2020, the NPP's Isaac Ofori-Korea received 8,605 votes, representing 31.47%, while the incumbent MP, Betty Mensah Crosby, retained her seat with 18,543 votes, representing 67.82%. This year, Betty Crosby Mensah is seeking a third term but faces tough competition from the NPP's Esiama Enim, Agbakpe Hilary of the National Democratic Party (NDP), an independent candidate, Pelu Wolasi, who poses the biggest threat.
Oh, yeah, bre. To ka we nyina ye to the home use.
Afide na obi gyina so a wo de beto aba.
Oh, ponto no so na me gyina to aba.
Pelu Wolasi, a former NDC member, was controversially disqualified during the party's primaries. Now running as an independent candidate, his campaign has become a significant challenge for the incumbent MP. Despite efforts by the NDC leadership to convince him to step down, Wolasi remains resolute.
When it comes to the elections, we are based on those who are going to improve our community for us. Yeah. And when it comes to the parliamentary side, I mean, it's not helping. It's not helping at all. We don't know what our MP is doing here. Like, we don't know what she's doing. I mean, we vote for them to come to power, and when they come to power, they just go and do nothing. They'll just go outside or something like that, and they'll do nothing. But when it comes to the presidential area, like presidential side, I mean, I think me myself going for Mahama, no. But when it comes to the MP, no. I'm going for independent candidate.
You see, election, you better get a browse. You better have Mahama 100%. Because MP in the district in Omwaye, you know the idea come on fan here. And no other rubber bone you cannot to check market. In your problem, Krana, since you start digital at the yard, now MP no, now emphasis on the also. I say, you to Abasamo.
We will just say Mahama Befa. No, they are one because the original independent no way in this in this. Second, credit basso. Ebamuna, Yahu Bibia fine who say, in Yamubia man and credit Bamua. And him say, I will call election now, Lusua. So called Transna, actually no about. But wait there, Sanya and I say, Nipa Bina Trans now plan. And now, Omodi Babe say, yeah, by every Abunjuso.
The NPP supporters in the constituency are optimistic, believing this year is their best chance to win the seat.
As I hear me flag here, NPP flag in the boom. Yes, Yania Bripa, it's most NDC bar by NPP Suba. Difference between them. NPP policy now the banner, boy, you to know more. NDC, the Jafu, the United States trauma.
In Amankwatonu, another remote area of the constituency, residents and first-time voters shared their frustrations over lack of development and their hopes for meaningful change.
Yeah, maybe independent. Mahama and they down. Mama dear, of course, for better because you independent. You could be a board of Mama D. Me and this is that again. Mama Nibi. me demand for form share e ko ba bi o ya but oban ko report to police station adenti and e sorry e ko ba ni a change this atade adenti ni ko du ba bi a e campaign so mo to ba jo mahama na oto ata assassin me 2016 fancy party of besi na assassin aka o obi anka ba 8 years go be party office na my
First-time voters are cautiously optimistic, praying that this year's election brings real solutions to their challenges.
Now our road is poor. We face so many problems. Sometimes they spoil them to see the shocks. You see how some oil we they leak for you, and we stop up the road. So we beg you, say if you come on power, make you do the road giver.
This year you go vote?
I will vote.
Okay, which party go vote give?
Oh, me, I know should I get my own lovable party, but if I hear a person who can't talk sensible thing, that be the person I will vote.
Our route, the route is never good. It's not at the normal position. And right now, the school we have now, the KG, they are suffering from a building in which they will be inside and be schooling. And for us, some of us in the town, we have been going to SS, and the way to that place to is never good.
I know say Mahama be visionary leader. He have vision for Ghana. So if you come and do things with me, I like. But the thing go like this, MPP go come there, me this 2024, I make my mind say I no go vote. Because I don't know who I'm going to vote for. If like Mahama or MPP, Baumia, I don't know.
We need public toilets. We need canoe, machine, net, that be all.
So this year you go vote?
Yeah, I will vote.
Okay. Well, what you go determine the party you go vote for?
I want the idea in my mind.
If I vote for John Dramani Mahama and Betty Crosby Mensah, please, I want them to do their promise for us.
Residents and first-time voters here at Amankwa Tonu in the Afram Plains North constituency of the Eastern region want campaign promises to be fulfilled by flag bearers and various political parties when elected into office. According to them, they are tired of failed promises by these political parties. For Channel One TV, Neo Ni Amati Kanaku, Amankwa Tonu, Afram Plains North constituency.
And here in our studios in Accra, my name is Umaru Sanda Amadu. You are watching Channel One Newsroom on Channel One Television. Still ahead. Voter apathy poses major challenge for political parties ahead of the
This election season, Channel One TV is bringing you closer to every vote, every constituency, and every result. Our team will provide in-depth data-driven analysis to show you what each vote means for our nation.
From the campaign trail to voting day and the final declaration of results, Channel One Television is covering it all. We'll be on the ground in all 276 constituencies, so every voice is heard and every community represented.
Our comprehensive election coverage brings you every key moment and every voice.
With updates from all stakeholders nationwide, this is election news you can trust, powered by the latest data and expert analysis.
Join us on Channel One TV for election coverage that keeps you informed and engaged.
We're here for every step of the journey. Channel One TV, your election bureau.
Another morning, another day filled with possibilities. My old car reflects my journey, and today could be the day I take a big step forward. Anything is possible. Just think about it.
My shelves are ready to be filled, and soon the flat rate will open up exciting new opportunities. I can already envision a vibrant shop bustling with customers, all eager to discover what I have to offer.
I feel optimistic about import costs. Why? Because with DMB flat duty rates, my expenses will be more manageable. I can see my business thriving.
Every moment spent with my son brings back wonderful memories.
I tell you, my son, with my digital skills, now one can create games in a website.
A show of boot number 1 on the ballot.
Life is a celebration of moments. Big and small.
The sun is scorching, I'm feeling the heat.
With Piva Drink, every moment becomes a refreshing celebration. From the beach to your home, in every corner of your world, Piva Drink at a burst of refreshment.
Give me Piva Pop too, and tangerine.
Celebrate every moment with Piva Drink. Refreshment for every occasion. Piva Drink, a taste you will love.
Piva.
This advert is FDA approved.
In a forgotten time, she ruled with a fierce heart. Amwenima, beloved goddess, destined for eternal slumber. Forgotten by time, she awakens in a new era, searching for her place in a world that has moved on. Amwenima's era. Rediscover the legend.
Who is the biggest liar in Ghana? Let's see what Google says. It looks like Dr. Bawumia. Yes, it's him.
In the northern part of our country where you come from, and Amono, can you beat your chest and say, yeah, yet this signature project in the north?
I think the most important project here in the north since independence, a Pualugu Dam project.
Okay.
Is the biggest investment. We're here as a signature project, and in Ebeda #1, so there's no doubt about that.
A few moments later,
I have no doubt in my mind, and I was championing the Pualugu Dam. We have not yet been able to do it, but by the grace of God, I believe we are going to do the Pualugu Dam. It has to be done.
Hey, no more lies. Enough is enough. Ghana deserves better. Let's bring back someone who delivers.
Vote John Dramani Mahama for president. Trustworthy, honest, and reliable. Vote for change. Choose the umbrella. Vote John Dramani Mahama and the NDC.
Doing never stops until the job is done. Turn your home and business into an internet highway and experience the revolution of working and playing without limits. Visit broadband.mtn.com.gh to sign up for MTN Fiber for home and business today.
Every day, people have money emergencies. Ma, I need my school fees emergency. Mommy, chop money emergency. Emergency.
Taxi, can I have your rent?
emergency. Now, there's a new emergency number in town. Dial star 770 hash for all your money emergencies and chop back.
Dial star 770 hash for money emergencies and get easy and quick access to your money, loans, and other banking needs. EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank.
You're welcome back. Now, as the December 7 elections approach, a significant number of Ghanaians have expressed disinterest in participating in the country's electoral process. Voter apathy remains a major challenge that political parties, the Electoral Commission, and other stakeholders must confront ahead of the polls. Channel One TV's Manuel Ayama has been speaking to some disenchanted voters and has his report read by Emmanuel Lopon.
Every election season sees a segment of the population disengaged, uninterested, and unwilling to vote, a phenomenon commonly referred to as voter apathy. This lack of participation not only lowers voter turnout on election day, but can also contribute to a rise in invalid ballots. Data from the Electoral Commission shows that the 2020 parliamentary and presidential elections recorded a 79% voter turnout. Out of the over 17 million registered voters, 13.4 million cast their votes, leaving about 3.5 million abstaining. As the December 7 elections draw near, the question remains, will voter turnout improve or will apathy worsen?
Let me be in DC, no, it is same. And I say, I'm going to catch NDC. By Omina, Mamma Bako, or my papa believe, Umina, the Mutano Motin. There's a sense of Munja MPP. Any NDC now come there for flow. About the air, near we think I honor by it or bay and obey. You talk about Ukumase. You talk about Akala. Mimi Jalo Fair. Everyone Faka VIP 1.3 STC 1.3. Now me fango Kumase go to Abama Obi Papa. Now I say music as Vaka.
The entrenched political duopoly between the ruling New Patriotic Party, NPP, and the main opposition National Democratic Congress, NDC, has been identified as a key factor fueling apathy. A couple who have never voted in Ghana's elections explained their indifference, stating that they see no tangible result from the electoral process. They spoke on condition of anonymity.
I personally don't feel the need to wake up that early to go and queue to vote for people who come back and then basically do nothing.
I can't wake up, leave my kids and family, go and queue, vote for someone who comes and do nothing, doesn't think about us, our well-being and nothing. All they think about is themselves. That's what makes me don't vote.
The National Commission for Civic Education has noted low voting intentions in regions like Central, Bono, and Greater Accra. Despite these worrying figures, the NCCE has launched campaigns to address the issue, although their efforts have been hindered by political parties' reluctance to engage in community outreach programs.
For this election, we are targeting first-time voters, young persons who are now first-time voters, for them to go out and vote. We are targeting the general public through a lot of activities, interfaith dialogue platforms, our face-to-face engagement with social groups such as area clubs, youth parliament, and so on and so forth. We go to the churches, we go to the mosque to encourage people to go out and vote.
With political parties and independent candidates gearing up for the December polls, apathetic voters remain a critical demographic. If successfully mobilized, they could influence the election's outcome significantly.
We have had series of disengagement. The flag bearer has also had series of engagement with respect to stakeholders and other contributors and persons who are much interested in elections and the outcomes of elections that will contribute to the betterment of their communities and then regions. So for us, what we have to do and what we are doing is to continue to encourage and to better inform the people and let them understand that if you don't choose a leader by yourself and you allow somebody to choose, they will choose what you don't want.
Well, I think that basically this year's election is one that is very clear. The situation of apathy would obviously be against the ruling government for non-performance, for corruption, for failed promises. But our consolation is that the NDC's campaign is run by Ghanaians. So we are basically running at the back of the people of Ghana who believe that they must change the government. So we continue and our different strategy in terms of campaigning, which forces us to engage with the people directly one-on-one with honesty and sincerity, which I think what is working for us.
What will it take for apathetic voters to show up at the polls and vote come December 7? And can they be convinced to exercise their civic duties as we count down to December 7? This question remains crucial.
Now, the Western region has over the years become an important region in Ghana's political landscape. The NPP and NDC have both been battling in that particular region. In the following News Desk report, Channel One News' Sami Wiafi explains why the Western region has become a battleground for both the NPP and NDC.
The Western region, like the Central region, is considered a battleground for both the NPP and the NDC. The presidential candidate or the political party that wins the region automatically wins the national election. In 2012, John Mahama of the NDC secured some 360,542 votes, representing 50.24%, whilst Nana Akufo-Addo of the NPP obtained 342,217 votes, representing 47.69% of total vote cast. In that election, John Dramani Mahama of the NDC won. In 2016, the tables turned. Nana Akufo-Addo secured 384,211 votes, representing some 55.83% of total vote cast, while John Dramani Mahama of the NDC obtained some 285,938 votes, representing 41.55%. Nana Akufo-Addo was declared winner of that election. Nana Akufo-Addo won a second term in office after the 2020 election, securing 439,605 votes, and the NDC's John Dramani Mahama managed some 398,573 votes, representing 46.24%. The Western region from history vote for the winning candidate in every election. In the 2024 election, the region is expected to follow the pattern and produce a winner. The Western Regional Chairman of the NPP, Francis Sai, says the region is ready to help make Dr. Bawumia the winner of the December election.
And this is our poll. We are breaking the egg. Our human group, we are breaking the egg. And this is our Ghana. The day I love Riviano and not the Papa. Not the Papa problem. It's a more guy. I say, I'm here at home. That's how to make power. Which of us ain't legitimate? Say, in both the football open there, about the Biasca, no, I love Libya. I love Libya. No, no, and I am a good to be, not to me, I am free. Then the enemy, about the pastor, then get to my day to break the egg and support Bawumia.
The NDC, however, is not leaving anything to chance. The Member of Parliament for Elembele and Deputy Minority Leader Emmanuel Amakufibua says the NDC is poised to win the December elections.
that from Kwame Nkrumah, Buzia, Achiampun, call them, go all the way, Rawlings, Akufo to President John Mahama. Our debt as a country will be 120 billion Ghana cedi. And then one government will come, and in 7 years, we'll move our debt today to 610 billion Ghana cedi. Debt to GDP is off the roof. Yet you go across the country and there's nothing to show for. And as was explained, Ghanaians are engulfed in taxes. Every business has collapsed. We don't even have a Ghanaian bank anymore.
No.
Everybody who worked hard became a millionaire is completely broke. Our country is in crisis.
The Western region has proven to be a battleground for both the MPP and the NDC in this year's election. For the two parties, the leadership wants members to come out in their numbers to vote come December 7th. For the MPP, the regional chairman is encouraging all party members to turn out and vote on election day. For the NDC as well, Deputy Minority, the Member of Parliament for the Lebele constituency, also urges party supporters in the region to come out and vote to make John Mahama the next president of the Republic. For Channel One News, my name is Sami Wiafe.
Well, this is the Election Bureau. Stay tuned in for more comprehensive and timely coverage of the 2024 elections. Follow us for real-time updates and join the conversation using the hashtag GhanaPolls2024. You're watching Channel One Newsroom on Channel One Television. Let's look at some other stories. And the Adentan Traditional Council has lifted restrictions on businesses following the funeral service in honor of its late Manche Nisowa Okataban II. There is more in the following report.
The late Manche of Adenta Nisowa Okataban II has been given a befitting send-off here in the Adentan village. The ceremony was characterized by the rich culture of the Ga people. We've caught up with the chairman of the funeral planning committee, Samuel Sowa Oblejuma, to pick his thoughts briefly on the life and times of the late Adentan Manche. How would you describe today's funeral so far?
It's been absolutely phenomenal. The late Okataban, Sowa Okataban II, was able to have established a new Adentan community. We call it New Adentan site, barrier from what it was, SHSs, going that new community site was established by him. As we speak now, again, through him, over 10,000 residents of the Adentan village have been able to have access to water supply through, borehole. So these are some of the, the legacies left by the late Nisowa Okataban II.
Channel One News visited some parts of Adentan and observed that some shops were closed in compliance with a directive from the traditional authority in honor of the late chief. Some other shops were, however, seen opened. Chairman of the planning committee of the funeral expressed gratitude to the people for their compliance.
Yeah, that restriction ends today, and it's been very successful. The residents have cooperated very well, and we are delighted about that.
Veteran actress Grace Omabo, popularly known as Mame Dokuno, described the late Adentan chief as a great man.
Oh, the grandfather, the owner of the Adenta, he gave me that plot. And for about 20 years I was keeping it, and I came and started a school about 15 years ago. This one, the one who is here, when I came, he was a young man, So may he rest in peace.
The late Nisoa Okataban II was blessed with 33 children with 14 women.
For Channel One News, I am Caleb Kuda.
Well, that's how we wrap up today's edition of the Channel One Newsroom from Channel One Television. Visit our website, channel1news.com, for information on our top stories and more. Subscribe to Channel One TV on YouTube for more exclusive video content from Channel One Television. This is the Election Bureau. Stay tuned in for more comprehensive and timely coverage of the 2024 elections. Follow us for real-time updates and join the conversation using the hashtag GhanaPost2024. My name is Umaru Sanda Amadu. Thank you for watching us.